In the time span of only a few days, a volcano's summit rapidly dropped by more than 1,000 feet. As plumes of ash were created by this reaction, magma drained away from the volcano's summit, going on to erupt at a distant flank vent. Unusually large volumes of low-viscosity lava subsequently erupted at that flank vent, with some of this soon reaching the ocean and forming new land. While all of the video footage I have shown thus far is of Kilauea's 2018 flank eruption and Caldera Collapse, and the description I have given does describe that eruption, in actuality I'm not talking about a Hawaiian volcano here. As a similar Caldera Collapse also occurred at a shield volcano in the 21st century on land, so sorry, not you, Fanny Mayor, with the on-land event I am referring to simply not being as well known as Kilauea's 2018 eruption. What I am referring to is Piton de la Fournaise's 2007 eruption, which widened its caldera and deepened it by more than 1,000 feet, creating ash emissions, and led to an unusually large flank eruption which created new land. However, unlike Kilauea, Piton de la Fournaise's 2007 eruption also caused another effect. It caused a 21 square kilometer block of the volcano to move a short distance, specifically up to 1.4 meters or 4.6 feet. Looking at Piton de la Fournaise today, you might take for granted how absurdly deep its summit caldera is. Yet, simply go back to March 29, 2007, and this feature was not 1,085 feet deep, but rather was fairly flat and a mostly filled mass that was largely about 40 feet deep. However, this is about to change as pressure built up in the volcano's shallow magma chamber, approaching a threshold where it could begin breaking its way upward through overlying rock. As magma soon rose a distance during the afternoon of March 30th, it thereafter made a largely horizontal run as a dike before finally erupting on the surface via a series of vents 2.6 kilometers south-southeast of Piton de la Fournaise's summit. While lava effusion would continue at that vent for another day, at the same time the same dike continued to grow and expand further down rift. After the upper flank vent ceased on March 31st, magma would eventually emerge further down rift in the volcano's southeast rift zone 5.3 kilometers away from its summit on April 2nd. Erupting at a high rate, it only took 11.5 hours for this lava to flow the 3.5 kilometers required to enter the Indian Ocean, forming new land. The lava delta continued to expand for the next 3 days, at the same time draining the magma chamber beneath the volcano's summit. This finally passed a crucial threshold when, in the earliest morning hours of April 6, so much magma had been withdrawn that the summit began to collapse. This subsidence was most rapid during the first 4 days, with more than 3/4 of subsidence occurring in that time frame. These collapse events, which produced ash emissions, would continue until May 1st, although became less frequent over time. The end of Caldera's subsidence, which had deepened the summit by more than 1,000 feet in some spots, occurred at about the same time the flank eruption ended. In total, depending on what sources cited, between 210 million and 240 million cubic meters of lava erupted, marking the largest historical eruption by volume this particular volcano has ever produced. As for the up to 1.4 meters of motion which occurred across 21 square kilometers of the volcano towards the ocean, this surprisingly isn't that concerning. In fact, large swaths of the volcano have repeatedly moved, albeit at lesser amounts, during other historical eruptions or intrusions, such as in 2004, 2007, 2019, and 2020. The reason is that Piton de la Fournaise's eastern flank below the surface contains an arc-shaped structure which many intrusions have gone into. When this occurs, it causes portions of the volcano to slip or move, a process that I might add isn't too uncommon at large shield volcanoes. This shape explains why 3 large prehistoric collapses have occurred during the volcano's half-a-million-year-long lifespan. While Piton de la Fournaise's 2007 eruption was only assigned a volcanic explosivity index of a 1, that figure doesn't do the size of the eruption any justice, as it was a largely effusive one. As a final note, I would like to thank my new YouTube channel member John Pallado 1896 for supporting my work.